What is up, guys? My name is KillerBeast61 coming back at you with another video on Destiny Tracker. Oh my god, it is such a busy day here. uh, but we've got the patch notes for 2.6.0, quote unquote, the one about Age of Triumph. So let's just go straight through the list. First off, we have the raids. Okay, so a raid playlist is now available featuring one raid in the director each week. Okay, this is our weekly raid that we saw in the weekly reset video that I did this morning, or this afternoon, excuse me. The recommended light level is 390. New weapons, armor, ornament. Oh my god, go away, dude. New weapons, armor, ornaments, ghosts, sparrows, shaders, and emblems to discover. Players will receive one Age of Triumph armor ornament token for successful completion of the featured raid once per week per account. All challenge modes are enabled on the weekly featured raid. Players will receive one Age of Triumph armor ornament token for successful completion of the challenge modes. And players will receive the Knuckles of Io by completing a featured raid's opening encounter. Use Knuckles of Io, then defeat a raid boss in the weekly featured playlist to receive extra rewards. Knuckles of Io consumables stack to a maximum of 5. So that's pretty cool. Knuckles of Io kind of takes the form of those fragments from King's Fall. If you use some of those, you'll get extra rewards. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see that 3 of Coins is now active on some of the new bosses, so you can use it for the Templars, Atheon, Ear-Ute, and Crota. They fixed an issue where killing Ear-Ute would not always end the Deathsinger encounter, and players would have to deal with infinitely respawning knights. That's the worst. Oh my god. A lot of changes here in the Crucible. They updated core nodes to cycle between different activities. So node 1 cycles between Control and Clash. Node 2 goes between Rift and Supremacy. Node 3, Elimination and Trials of Osiris on the weekends. And Node 4, Skirmish and Salvage. And Node 5 goes between Rumble and Rumble Supremacy. The weekly featured Crucible activities consolidated into a single node, so that's good. They don't have a daily Crucible activity anymore. It's all weekly now. Crucible bounties have been updated to daily bounties to be more inclusive, no longer requiring specific subclasses or fire teams. That's amazing. They added new weekly Crucible weapon bounties to the Crucible Quartermaster. So go check that out. Possible weapon rewards include items from the Crucible vendor, Crucible playlist, Iron Banner, and Trials of Osiris. So we kind of have something similar to an Arms Day or the Vanguard bounties that you can get from Zavala. Lord Shaxx will now offer his weekly bounty for both available 6v6 modes each week. Trials of Osiris bounties have also been updated. The Crucible quest chain from Lord Shaxx has been removed. We don't have to do it. So they kept nerfing it, and they finally just gotten rid of it completely. Dusty Iron Engrams decrypt immediately upon purchase, so you don't have to take it to the Cryptarch anymore. Dusty Iron Engrams now have a chance to contain Year 2 Iron Companion armor. And the Iron Banner now has a slightly increased chance to drop Year 1 and Year 2 armor rewards. On the Trials of Osiris side, they fixed an issue where a player on the surviving team could use Fireborn to cause the round to continue even when all enemies are dead. So that is good. You are no longer round locked. A major change was made to the entire Crucible as a whole. They made special ammo crates instantly refill your special weapon on pickup. On private matches, they've made a couple changes to the ammunition, the heavy and ammo crates, the respawns, and how the vehicles work. And on one of the maps, they fixed some issues where people were able to leave the play area on Icarus and Skyline. They fixed some Plagueland patrols, so now they are guaranteed to drop collection items. Grimoire card SRL Sparrow Racing can now also be earned through private matches using the Sparrow Racing game type. So that is good. You don't have to wait for the public event to receive your Sparrow Racing Grimoire card. Players who will be awarded with Year 1 Icebreaker Grimoire card upon acquiring... Players will now be awarded the Year 1 Icebreaker Grimoire card upon acquiring the Year 3 Icebreaker. So now it's all inclusive. You don't have to go back into a raid and try your best to get Year 1 Icebreaker if it's not relevant anymore. Now, changes made to the sandbox. They've reverted the changes to the Suros Legacy perk, no backup plans, Ward of Dawn cast, Apotheosis Veil, Embrace the Void. All of those have been changed back. As for the Hungering Blade, Transfusion, Cauterize, Red Death perk, Lifesteal, all the recent changes were kept, but they increased the amount of health and shield given per kill from 36 to 57. Transfusion, sorry. The cooldown was also removed, same as Cauterized, and Lifesteal also applies to the Ram. Memory of Scory will now require a kill to start working and will charge supers for 1 minute, or until the round ends or the player dies. Sidearms will no longer allow ammo to stack through death, and instead will reset to a single magazine every respawn. Added 1 round of Truth's maximum inventory and increased its reload speed to max. Added more flinch to No Land Beyond and widened its potential recoil space. It will recoil the same amount, but not necessarily in the same direction. Recovery reduction was removed from the Blink talent grid nodes, and the time the player has left HUDless has been lowered. Hand cannon range falloff now starts 3 meters earlier. Auto rifles minimum damage done at maximum range falloff, increased by 7%. Kills with Necrochasm no longer require headshots to explode enemies. Increased recovery given by Astrocyte versus move to survive perk from 3 to 7. Fixed an issue with the Rescue Mag perk, would replenish ammunition when taking self-damage. They fixed an issue where changes to the shotgun perk rangefinder intended with hotfix 2.5.0.2 did not go into effect. And lastly, they fixed an issue that where changes to shotgun in-air accuracy did not go into effect. As for strikes, they added the new Daybreak modifier, essentially turning your Nightfalls into a Mayhem Clash match. They brought back the Blue Flames and the Radiant Light reputation bonus on completion when you return to the tower. God, I can't talk today. They fixed an issue in the Nexus where the Aegis would be continuously deleted and respawned. Fixed an issue in the Shadow Thief where players would get the Joining Allies message while in the playable space during the fight with Taniks. They made a couple changes to the way that the vendors work. They increased the reputation awarded by the Gunsmith and some of the other factions. Shiro 4 will now accept Eisenfire tokens in exchange for 500 Vanguard reputation. The Crucible Quartermaster now sells ammo synthesis consumables in exchange for Hadium Flakes. Vendor items sold for legendary marks have had their light levels increased to 380. Vendors selling level 40 legendary armor and weapons now update perks and stats at the weekly reset. Very good stuff. This includes the Vanguard Mentors and Quartermaster, the Crucible Quartermaster, Lord Shaxx, Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and the Future War Cult. Xur now sells 2 new exotic weapon bundles each week in addition to his regular weekly sale items. Each bundle costs 30 strange coins and 25 silver dust and contains 1 exotic weapon and 1 matching weapon ornament. Ooh, tasty. 2 new emotes are available from the emote kiosk. Please and thanks. Adjusted the rarity of certain ships available from Amanda Holiday. So now maybe you guys can get that tasty ship that I have that everyone wants. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Silver Dust Store. Many Eververse items available from the Dawning are now available in the Silver Dust kiosk. Sterling and Radiant treasures have been removed from the Silver Dust Store. These things are all the items that you could get from the Sterling and Radiant treasures now are available in the Treasure of Ages box. New Silver Dust Ingram items have been added to the Silver Dust store and their corresponding vendors for the cost of 5 silver dust. Items obtained from these Ingrams dismantle into 1 silver dust, and you guys can read that list yourself. Players who have previously obtained Dawning and Desolate armor pieces may purchase these items from the Silver Dust store. The Treasure of Ages is now available for purchase from Eververse, and I will be making a video opening a whole bunch of those in just a moment. The Treasure of Ages contains existing Eververse items as well as many new items to collect. Shaders, weapon ornaments, ships, Triumph armor set, very, very nice armor set, that one is. Players can receive up to 3 free Treasure of Ages per account per week for their first completion of the following activities: Heroic Strike playlist, Weekly Crucible playlist, and Weekly Story playlist. Blah. Finally, we get to wrap this up with our general hot fixes. They fix an issue impacting some of players' ability to join fire teams over local network connections. Fix an issue preventing dropped Ingrams from being sent to the postmaster if the player disconnects without returning to orbit. They fixed a bug causing equipped sniper rifles to occasionally become invisible. I've experienced that one. It's kind of funny. They fixed an issue that allowed supers to stay activated longer than intended. Twilight Garrison now changes color to match the equipped shader. That's freaking... Thank God. Thank God. This is the ugliest chess piece ever. Skeleton keys and Siva fragments may now appear at Postmaster to prevent an issue where these items may have been removed from character inventory. And that wraps up the list. Oh my God. So 2.6.0, a lot of changes made. This was a very, very big update. I will provide a link that will direct you to this page so you guys can read it more in depth. I know I didn't cover absolutely everything just because this video would have taken 3 days to make if I did. We're also going to be providing a link to the new updated database showing off all the new armors and shaders and emblems and all that good stuff that has been added. My name has been KillerBeast61. Leave a like on the video to let me know you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell icon so you can stay up to date on all of our awesome content and be part of the notification crew. We have a lot of amazing videos coming out today especially, and in the coming days. So you want to make sure that you are there for all of that. We have the podcast coming up this Friday at 8 p.m. Be on Twitch to watch it live and ask some questions directly to the crew. You can find me on Twitter at Amin_Lamkita. And here on YouTube on K&K Media. We have a comedy-based channel. Love to see that little subscriber number go up one at a time. I appreciate all of you who go over there. We really do have a lot of fun, don't we? Anyways, I'm going to go play some Age of Triumph now. Have a great day, Guardians, and I will see you in the next one.